Okay, so those are some really basic editing tools that you can use. Um, However, there are some other tools that you can use. So I want to explore those, and at the same time, we are going to explore how to create a split screen with these specific clips. So let's see here. I'll select this and I'm just going to copy these over again so that we can see a couple of different methods for what we can do here. Just zoom out a little. Okay, so first of all, one thing that I can do is I know that the mother goose is smaller, and I can see that the mother goose is smaller like this, and that's totally fine, right? So I'm sorry. One thing that I can do is play around with the size and the placement of whichever video is on top. Okay? So this is a little bit more of an advanced editing technique. So all I have to do to access those advanced tools is to double click on the clip that I want to change. And that brings that clip up here back into our second step, right? Back into our source monitor. And I can look up here and I see a little panel called Effect Controls. Let me just make this full screen. I see Effect Controls, right? And if I look at effect controls, I see that I have some effects that I can play around with motion, with opacity, time remapping, and then I have some audio effects that I can play around with it if I want to. So underneath motion, there is position. So if I click and drag this number, I can reposition this clip however I want. So if I want it to be like up here, that's fine. I also have scale. So right now the mother goose is at 100%. If I want to bring the mother goose down to, let's say I want her to be at 75%, that's okay. And then it's sort of like a news broadcaster effect kind of thing going on here. I can also play around with rotation if I want to do something like that. Um, no big whoop, right? Okay, so that's one method for layering two clips. Another method, which I think you can already see, I'm just going to double click on the top layer, the top clip, sorry. I'll go to this time it's the seal. I'll go to my effect controls, and I could change the scale and so that we could see Mother Goose or whatever, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play around with opacity. So I will say, let's take, this guy down to, let's take him down to 45%. And now we can see both clips, right? So that's pretty easy. All you do is double click on the clip and you can either change the opacity or you can change the position, scale, and rotation of the clip that you're working with. So let's go ahead and take that to another logical conclusion, which means that um, we can actually um, go through and like crop one of these, change the scale of these. So let's make this at 50%. And I'm going to move this all the way over here to the left-hand side. And this is going to be a little bit more of like a split screen effect. And then I'll double click on the mother goose and I'll go into the effect controls here. I'm going to move her over here. And then I think maybe we can take her down. I mean, it's kind of weird because it's the same, you know, let's see. It's like the same size, but I just want them to be like the same height, I think. Okay, we'll do that. And then, so it won't be like an even split screen because this one's bigger, but that's okay. Let's see if we can move this over a little bit. Okay. And then maybe move her over. Okay, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, so now we can see both of these things happening at the same time. Wonderful. Great. Okay, so let's go ahead and explore how to crop. So the benefit of this is that it shows us the full screen of both videos all at the same time, which is great. Of course, the drawback is that we have all of this empty space. We have all of this black space when we do that kind of a split screen. So that's okay. These are, when we double click a clip, we come up here to the effect controls, and these are kind of, I guess, more standard special effects. However, we have a huge list of more special effects, more specific special effects that are not standard for each clip. And we can access those by looking at our first panel under effects. So there's a little panel right here. You can see this is where our files are. And then if we click on effects, we get all of these different effects right here. So let's look at video effects. And we see that under video effects, we have like 20 folders. And within each folder, there's like 5 to 15 effects. So I think the one I'm looking for. Nope. Let's see. Is it stylus? Oh no, I think it's transform. Okay. So I'm looking for the crop filter right here. And you can just peruse these and play around with them and figure out what each of them do. There's so many effects that you can use. So I'm going to take the crop and I'm going to drag and drop it onto the top of this clip right here. And then now when I double click on that clip and bring it back up here and I look at my effect controls, I see all of my motion controls, position, scale, and rotation, which we've talked about. I see my opacity, which we've talked about. But now there's a new one, right? There's a new little area, and that is crop. So I can play around with, doing a little mask. I can crop from the left, top, right, bottom. I can edge or dither out the edge with the edge feather tool. So I'm just going to say, oh, no, I don't want it from the left. I guess I should do it from the right, right? So I'm going to take out 50% from the right. Oh, that's the top. Okay. Sorry, my bad. Right. Here we go. Okay, like that, right? And then I can double click the mother goose and I just want to scale her up so that they're like basically occupy the same size, and then maybe I'll do this as well. Oh, she should probably fill it, right? So maybe 150 would do it. Perfect. Okay. So the thing that is cool is that now there's no empty space, right? But obviously, because we cropped half of this, we can only see a little bit of information in each scene. Okay, wonderful.